যদি কেউ ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে, তবে একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে। যদি কেউ ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। In Bengal we say, if people don't walk with you, you walk alone. Namaste, my name is Jaivardhan Agarwal, and I come from a family of 12, traditionally a large Indian household, where there is abundance of love, too many opinions, and where decisions are rarely taken in silence. I also came across my crossroad of life then. People often ask me what I do. Officially, I'm an entrepreneur, founder of AyurVridhi and Gardens of India. Unofficially, I'm a romantic at heart who landed up measuring grams of tea and discussing supply chains with my team. I believe in ideas, I believe in ambition, I believe in intuition. I believe that something which is to be created for the body and soul is to be crafted with care and not haste. Today, standing here at AIIMS, in front of future healers of the world, in front of highly disciplined, motivated, and dedicated people, surviving on caffeine, hard work, deadlines, and hope, if I sound a little philosophical, consider it preventive medicine, prescription not required. So let me talk to you about my first crossroad of life. March 2020, the world was locked up in COVID. The idea of building AyurVridhi, an Ayurvedic brand, which is on the global platform, which is traditional yet modern, which is safe yet innovative. India's first liquid capsules, a revolution in the world. At AyurVridhi, the idea was to put Ayurveda on the global map. Then came the second crossroad of our life, which was Gardens of India, to build a luxury tea and spice company. I come from Darjeeling. I've always been brought up in the tea gardens. Tea has always been very commoditized in India. Unfortunately, we consume not the best tea in the world. So the idea was that India will produce the best tea, sell the best tea in India, and to build a consumer brand that is on the global shelf. When we come across crossroads, there are certain things that we take along with ourselves. Let me talk about hard work, perseverance, privilege, and passion. Hard work is not struggle. Hard work is passion, is purpose. Hard work is purpose even when your work is demanding, even when it is tiring and times are uncertain. Let me talk about certain anchors. I'll talk less on health, but certain anchors that will help you guide your journey during your crossroads and journey of life. The first anchor is self-belief, Atma Vishwas. Atma Vishwas is something that every human should strive in himself or herself because it is something that is the basic thought before moving forward. The second anchor is Sankalp. Sankalp is commitment to self, commitment to the God. Sankalp is not just mere desire or want, because everybody wants everything, in fact. And Sankalp is when your thoughts turn into action and then karma follows. The third very important anchor is discipline, consistency, focus. Bhagavad Gita explains discipline, consistency, focus as dharma. Dharma in Bhagavad Gita is not traditionally explained as religion, but the dharma of the sun is to shine. Similarly, it is our dharma, our discipline, to come up every morning at the right time with consistent effort. Even though there might be lows, there might be low orders, there might be tough times, we have to show up to our team, to the people we are working for. There is a certain purpose we follow. The second most important thing that I have learned with entrepreneurs, with leaders in this industry is diplomacy. Diplomacy has often been wrongly regarded as manipulation or cheating. Diplomacy is silence in action. Diplomacy is when wisdom takes over battle on ground. One of the greatest diplomats in the world, which was in Mahabharat, Shakuni. Shakuni had rightly quoted to his nephews, his kins, that बच्चों, कोई भी युद्ध रणभूमि में खेलने से पहले मनोभूमि में खेलना चाहिए. That means any battle to be fought at the war field is to be first played in the mind. That is what diplomacy is. I'll tell you a story of a Gujarati and a Marwadi. There was once a Gujarati guy who sold a well, kuan, to a Marwadi. The deal was done. Both these guys went home. The Marwadi called the Gujarati called the Marwadi and told him that Sahab, मैंने आपको सिर्फ कुआं बेचा है, पानी नहीं बेचा. I've just sold you the well, but not the water. The Marwadi was in a crossroad. He paid for something which he did not achieve. The Marwadi was tensed. The Marwadi called him in the evening and told the Gujarati that, sir, you're very right. I've just bought the pond. The rent starts now, so you take out the water, please. That's how he won the crossroad of life. Diplomacy takes you far ahead in life. A very beautiful anchor that I learned through my journey of life was surrender. To not control the past, the present, the future, but to just live the way we are supposed to live. Surrender does not mean to fail. Surrender means to submit yourself to your elders, maybe to your partner, maybe to your God. Surrender gives you strength. Surrender sets you free. And once you're free, you start winning. During the crossroads of life, we come across a lot of challenges. We come across a lot of fame, money, power. But there are certain things that will take us on a life which will be full of integrity, which is character, values, family, and relationships. It is very easy in today's world to break relationships, but it is very difficult to hold on to those values, to hold on to those character. Values are something that builds your lineage, that builds a community, that builds the generation ahead. I come from a family which is large. At times, there are a lot of debates, there are a lot of discussions, there's a lot of love. My father always used to tell me, "Kam khao, gum khao." That means when you're in a large family, a large community, you eat less and you absorb responsibility. That does not mean that you sacrifice, but that means you believe in sharing more, you believe in giving more. One of the most beautiful things I learned while building Gardens of India, while building AyurVridhi, was waiting and patience. Everything in life has a beginning and an end. Waiting is eternal. Patience is eternal, because patience is the game. Building a luxury brand, building a premium brand from India, when people don't look up to you that easily, is something which was tough. When I first got onto the market, presenting myself as an Indian tea company, people used to tell me, कि साहब चाय तो बहुत अच्छी है, but they used to refer to some Singapore or London tea companies as Mercedes. कि साहब Mercedes तो Mercedes होता है. Today, Gardens of India is exported in 5 countries. We are there at Harrods, we are there at TWGs of the world. Most of the royal families in the world, select 5 stars of the world, consume Gardens of India. When I was young, when I was innocent, when I was small, I was full of excuses, which I learned of late. To be successful is not to judge, not to blame. The greatest leaders in the world are not dependent on anybody. They are independent. They will fulfill the task at any cost. Because the purpose, because the mission is bigger than any excuse, bigger than blaming anybody. There was once a teacher who told his students, if you have 2 mangoes and I give you 1, how many would you have? The students replied 3. One of the students replied 4. The teacher got annoyed and punished the student. On asking for explanation later, the student replied that, "Madam, I had 1, in my bag too. So the student was right. The teacher did not know the other side of the story. The teacher felt ashamed. It is very important to not judge people because we all come from different narratives, different aspects of life. All our crossroads have been different, our value systems have been different. It is also important to not also be troubled when people judge you, when people question you, when people question your purpose. Life is not to pause, life is to keep walking. I follow the Gita very strongly. The Gita says, karma is constant. Your actions, your results is something which is not under your control. When we perform our duties, the final decider is the grace, luck, timing, blessing of our elders. So when we taste success, we should understand that success is temporary and arrogance should not stay with success. It is very important to understand that when all of you come through crossroads of life, when you will, it is important to keep walking and not to wait. I will sum it up by saying, मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी ढूंढते ढूंढते, गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से ही नहीं निकले. There's a very important line I keep telling myself during my lows of life, and which I will leave to all of you with a thought. Whenever you feel low in life, whenever you feel the darkness surrounding you, remember this line. तू माटी का लाल है, तो कोई कंकड़ या धूल नहीं. तू समय बदल के रख देगा, इतिहास लिखेगा भूल नहीं. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jaivardhan Agarwal, a made in India brand for the world. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.